Hello, welcome to He's Hot, but something's off. And I don't know if something's off, but it is special today because it is Thanksgiving here in the US. So for those listening in the US of A, happy Thanksgiving. It just happens that this podcast goes up every Thursday, and Thanksgiving, US Thanksgiving, I have to say that, but there is a Canadian Thanksgiving, and that's in October, and I'm Canadian, so I always have to be mindful of that. And I know I have some viewers that are not from the US, but it just happens that way back when I first started this podcast, I thought, I was trying to pick a day to post a podcast every week. I wanted the consistency of on this day of the week is when I'm going to have a new episode. It just happened to be Thursday. So there you go. And US Thanksgiving is always the last Thursday of every November. Because it is Thanksgiving, and then this is an exercise that I've never really done before, but I think it's something that I really should do at this time of my life that would be very helpful. And it's just to go through things that I'm thankful for or things that I should be thankful for in some way, shape, or form. Have you ever been to some sort of Thanksgiving function, doesn't matter if it's with family or a Friendsgiving, where you gather with friends or your chosen family? You might have done this, but it's quite popular at a Thanksgiving function with other people for people to kind of go around and say one thing that they're thankful for. I've done quite a few Friendsgiving things and even trips in the past. To be honest though, every time that we've gone around and said one thing, I came up with something. I said something. Was I really thankful for that generally, honestly? I don't know. When things are going pretty decent in your life, it's easy, or you kind of let it go on, that don't think about certain things you should be thankful for. You take things for granted. Since my life has kind of changed quite a bit since, but all through all of 2023 and all throughout 2024, and for the foreseeable future, who knows what the future holds exactly for anyone. I've been thinking there's certain things I should be more thankful about, or I shouldn't take for granted. Not having the same level of income and not having my identity or kind of life purpose attached so rigidly to a job that some company has given me has caused me to feel a little bit differently about what I'm doing in life in general. Not bringing in that much money every month, it has refocused my, maybe not necessarily my priorities, but has put certain things into perspective. Suffice to say, my emotions are a little bit more of a roller coaster. I would definitely say when I had the 9 to 5 and I was bringing decent money, I never stopped to think I'm making pretty good money. I was never thankful for the money that was coming in. Now, when I'm not bringing in much money every month, I can't stop thinking about money. When someone tips me $5 on my OnlyFans, the amount of thankfulness I have for that $5, I feel way more thankful for that $5 that someone tips me on my OnlyFans than the multi-$1,000 paychecks I've ever gotten from any company. Hey, when was the last time you really took care of your skin? The skin is the largest organ in the whole human body and is doing so much for you. It protects you from germs and cooties. It keeps you warm when you're cold. It keeps you cool when you're hot. It's making vitamin D. It gives you the gift of touch and sensation. And that's just scratching the surface, so you better take care of it. I started my own skincare company, Serve Labs, to serve fun and functional skincare for everyone, so that you can serve fun while serving face. Go to servelabs.co, servelabs.co, or follow us at Serve Labs on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and discover how easy and fun it is to treat your skin right with Serve Labs. To having done the 9 to 5, and I was on autopilot, basically. It's the paychecks, they come every 2 weeks, so they come twice a month. It's the same amount. It's like multiple thousands of dollars when it comes in. I was making a decent income, but just took it for granted that, oh yeah, I have a job. They pay me. I do the work. I never thought about like, oh, I should be thankful that I have a job. You know what I mean? Because I've just always had a job since more or less since I graduated. I always had a job and I had a problem finding a job. I've never been fired. And then you just kind of sort of take it for granted. But then when I quit at the end of 2022, and then I've since been finding it hard to like get back into the IT or just get back into the 9 to 5 in that field that I was working in and not making that much money doing my own thing. I'm so much more appreciative of money that I earn because in a way, I barely used to work, quote unquote, for the money. Like, I don't think I've ever worked like super hard at any of those 9 to 5 jobs. There were some days that were more difficult for sure. Especially early on in my career. You know, when you like starting off in a particular career, you're more junior, you do a little bit more of like the grunt work, and it feels like definitely that you're kind of working hard to like establish yourself in that industry or in that career. You have to like climb the ladder to like work your way up. So in those earlier, more junior days, yeah, there were some days where like something broke and like you have to put in extra hours or like it was just grunt work and it was, certain things were more difficult because we didn't know any better. You're still like picking up skills and experiences and things like that. So that definitely was there. But like if I zoom out and look at my whole IT career from when I graduated college up until like the last full-time IT job I had a couple of years ago, it was like I never really thought it was that difficult. Honestly, it takes, you know, like most jobs take like a certain skill set and the more experience you have, the better, right? But it was like, did I work generally very hard at that job? I can't like quite honestly say to myself, yes. Was I doing a shit job? No. I always tried to do a good job. The effort was always there, but did I try like extremely hard to like, you know, go the extra mile, do like an excellent job, like consistently? No, it wasn't a hard job. It wasn't like a difficult job. You know, it's not like people who work in like construction, you know, that's like difficult. You know, my job might be complex in like certain ways, but it's not like hard. You know, like sitting in front of a computer is not that hard, you know? Yeah, so I never felt like I worked that hard for the decent amount of money I was making. And I just kind of sort of took it for granted, to be completely honest. But now that I have to scratch tooth and nail for every dollar that comes in, what I'm doing now is way harder than any of like that IT shit I was doing before, to be completely honest. I think in a way, people look down on content creators because the common thing is anyone could be a content creator, right? Anyone could be a content creator, do some TikToks or this or that or whatever. You know, someone might randomly make a TikTok with minimal effort and have it go viral. It's happened. You know, there are several viral videos that have viral moments that have just exploded. Every month there seems to be some sort of new one. The Demir thing, which I'm totally over, by the way. I barely know how that started, but it's like, I'm over it. Anyone that still is trying to use that, I'm like, okay, that was like 2 months ago. We need to let that go. The content creators that are trying to do it professionally and treat it like a business, not just in OnlyFans, but like, you know, there's a lot of other content that like on YouTube, there's so many YouTubers creating so much good content for like almost any topic that you can think of. Some of them are doing it like full time. Some of them, you know, it's not their only job, but like, I just really all of you to like understand, the three of you that are listening, to produce good quality content day in and day out, every single day, week, month after month, year after year. You know, a lot of the content creators that are more established, they've been doing it for like years and they put out something new like every week. The amount of work and effort and sacrifice that goes into that, it's hard for someone who's not done any content to actually understand, but it's very significant. I can tell you that. It might be a little bit easier for some people than others because, you know, some people are naturally just a little more inclined in terms of like producing videos and, you know, the entertainment aspect of it or like the camera filming aspect of it. You know, a lot of the indie content creators, they have to play every hat that there is available. Like, I run my own OnlyFans. I don't have an agency. I don't have anyone helping me with anything. I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm the camera person, I'm the audio person, I'm sales, I'm marketing, I'm support, I'm the business strategy, I'm the board and the CEO, but I'm also like the janitor that has to like clean everything up. I do everything. And there are a lot of creators out there, they do everything as well, or like they just have like a very, very small team and they still have to wear multiple hats. And yeah, it's content creation. To do it at that level where you're making decent money from it is not as easy or as seamless. There's really highly produced content, like some of the YouTube videos, but in like the OnlyFans world, just to take that as an example, sometimes someone might put out a video that looks like, oh, they just really popped up the camera and just recorded it and threw it out there. Sometimes that's true, but you know, the people that can deliver that look, you know, more than half the time probably, there's more thought into shooting that scene than literally someone having a spontaneous moment thinking, this is hot, I'm gonna hit record on my iPhone. It looks like someone did that, and that's part of like the homemade amateur appeal of some of those videos. But honestly, if they're running it OnlyFans and they have like hundreds of subscribers on Twitter, like they probably put more thought and effort into that video, more so than just like a spur of the moment hit record on some random hookup that they have. This is like a long-winded way to say two things: that I'm very thankful for the people that choose to somehow support me financially with their hard-earned cash that they pay taxes on, and liked my work enough to like pay me a $5 tip or subscribe to me for like $10 a month. Sometimes when I'm like working on things, I don't really think about that, but it's like I'm very thankful now for people that give me money. Like whereas before when I had the 9 to 5, I wasn't thankful that the company was giving me thousands and thousands, multiple thousands of dollars every paycheck. It was just like a company. Yeah, but I'm making way, way less money now. And it's like I'm way more thankful for every dollar that comes in. Partially because I'm not making that much, but partially because I can see where the money is coming from. Like someone literally, this is like a discretionary thing. Like someone chose to roll out the credit card, like consciously to be like, I'm going to spend $10 on Joey, or I'm going to spend $10 on Kian. That means a lot to me. So I'm very thankful for that. Okay, can I tell you something for real? Skincare is not really a sexy topic. No one's waking up in the middle of the night thinking, oh my God, I have to take care of my skin. I know I talk a lot on the podcast, I have a lot of opinions, and I have a lot of advice to give. But if you don't listen to me about anything, listen to me about this. You have to take care of yourself, and you also have to take care of your skin. I believe in it so much, and I think it's such a critical thing that I started my own skincare company, Serve Labs, to serve fun and functional skincare for everyone. And you know what? Not to toot my own horn, but people are always telling me, your skin looks so good, and I can't believe how old you are. Do you know why? Because I've been taking care of my skin for many, many years. But I know for a lot of you, skincare just sounds like another chore. But I want to make it fun. And that's where Serve Labs comes in. Go to servelabs.co, servelabs.co, or follow us at Serve Labs on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and discover how easy and fun it is to treat your skin right with Serve Labs. The other thing that I'm thankful for, and this is like as you get older, it becomes more apparent, but when you're younger, you literally don't think about it, is my health. So I should be very, very thankful that I have the health that I do have. Sometimes in my head, it goes to like a worst case scenario. It's like, oh, what if we get hit by a car? What if like some freak accident happens? What if like you develop some sort of like really bad condition or disease? Like what if we get cancer? I've got the SIBO and the IBS, which honestly, okay, it sucks I can't eat this or I can't eat that or whatever. But in like the grand scheme of things, this is like the most minor condition to have. Sometimes everything is relative, you know? So it's like, yeah, there are times where I think like, oh, this IBS sucks. I've got diarrhea and like I can't eat all these things that quote unquote normal people just get to eat and never think about, and they can have a pizza every single day or whatever. It like puts things into perspective. I've got like allergies, and honestly for like the last 4 weeks, my nostrils have not, the faucet has not turned off in my nostrils. I keep getting like a runny nose. Like at the gym, it's like quite annoying because I'll be working out and it's like I have to suck my snot back in. I'm sniffing so much at the gym. I feel like everyone around me is like, dude, you have a cold. Get out of here. But in the grand scheme of things, I've got tiny little things here and there just because I know it's just a natural part of aging. Because I'm not 18 anymore. I'm not like made of rubber and glue. When you're young, kids are like indestructible. They can like run into fences and all that kind of stuff and nothing happens. I'm not that anymore. There's like tiny little things here and there in my body where I don't actually feel old. These tiny little things that I feel, I know is just a natural part of aging. But, I'm quite healthy for my age and I don't have some sort of like horrible condition or disease or something like that. This is a little bit like doomsday type of a thing. But, you don't ever think about something possibly happening to you. It's like, I didn't think it would be hard to find a job because I got so used to like really good companies like hiring me, giving me good job offers, and I've never been fired. And now I'm at a point where like I would like to get back into IT as like my day job 9 to 5, and I find it difficult. I've sent out a ton of resumes, and I can't find that similar type of job that I had before. So the economy changes. It's not always good times. There's always eventually going to be a recession, right? Like it's just cyclical. The economy's cyclical. But in terms of my health, it's like, again, not to be super doomsday about it, but like, hey, people do get into like car accidents and, like people do develop things like cancer, but it's things that you don't think about when you're younger. When you're 20, you're not really thinking about getting into a car accident or getting some horrible disease. As you live life, and especially just yesterday, I'm not usually on Facebook. By the way, if you try to add me on Facebook and I don't reply, it's not because I'm ignoring you. Like I don't really use Facebook. I hardly ever log on. I use Facebook Messenger to talk to like some friends because I know that's the app that they use. But the Messenger app is like different than like regular Facebook. It just does messages. But I'm going the Atlantis Thanksgiving cruise. As you're listening to this, I'm on the Atlantis Thanksgiving cruise, by the way. Every cruise has at least one Facebook page, a Facebook group. And it's quite popular for people that are looking at that cruise or have booked that cruise to be on those Facebook groups. So because I had just booked the Thanksgiving cruise, I logged into Facebook and I was just looking up the different groups that are available for this cruise. I can kind of like see who else was going on it. But when I logged into Facebook, it pops up the feed. And then I noticed that someone had posted something about someone that I used to hang out with, an old friend from like the college days that had recently, like literally this past week, passed away. And it was weird because when I woke up that morning on my Facebook Messenger, someone I hadn't talked to in like 20 years messaged me out of nowhere. But like I just woken up and I was going to like look at that message later. I was just like getting my day started, like brushing my teeth, washing my face, cooking breakfast, whatever. I'm kind of trying not to like just check all my emails and messages like right when I get out of bed. I'm trying to get into a more routine where like, okay, don't get too like ADHD about it. It's like, wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, start cooking breakfast before you start like checking all your messages. I was like doing that. So this person that had messaged me out of nowhere that I haven't talked to in like 20-something years. I just bit my tongue. In 20-something years, I hadn't read that message, but I was logging onto Facebook and I saw, like, oh, this friend had just passed away. It didn't say how they passed away, and then I went into my Facebook Messenger and checked, oh, this person messaged me because they saw on their Facebook that this person had passed away. And then they were like, hey, Joey, I saw that this person had passed away and I was trying to remember how I knew him from. Like, did you guys used to be friends? And I was like, yeah, we used to kind of sort of be in like a circle of friends together way back in my college days. Yeah, so as you get older, when you're in your 20s and stuff, you don't really experience your peers passing away because all your peers are usually around your age and everyone's so young. But as you get into like your 30s, that's when you start hearing more and more people that are kind of your age passing away. They might not be like your friend. It could be like someone you went to high school with, someone you went to college with, someone who's an acquaintance, or maybe someone who is a friend, but like you guys have drifted apart, which is kind of sort of this case. Those are always sad and tragic and shocking events because it's always so unexpected. At least for my age right now, it's not happened quite enough that you never get used to death in a way, to be really honest. But yeah, I'm thankful for my health, but I'm also starting to develop thankfulness for just being able to like be present in the moment and to partake in life. I know that sounds very hippy dippy, but I feel like the older you get, or at least for me, like the older I'm getting, the more I'm aware that it could end at any moment. Just be like a little comedic / over dramatic about it. The gays love being dramatic. Yeah, but I could be in a car crash tomorrow. Who knows? Not looking forward to it. And the chance, actually driving is actually quite dangerous in terms of like the statistics and odds. The YOLO thing is a little annoying, but in some ways there's truth to that. But, I don't like it when people use YOLO as a pass to just do like whatever they want at the expense of other people. That's a whole completely different topic. I am developing a little bit. I'm starting to develop that sense of like, even when you're having a bad day, just to take a moment back and just kind of recount some of the things that you do have in your life that you really should be thankful for. So for me, I talk about, not bringing that much money in, but I'm very thankful for the money that I do make. I wish and I'm trying to make more so that, at least I can kind of cover all my bills every month. And again, by the way, I'm not broke. I have quite a bit in savings and investments and in retirement because from all those years of mindlessly being a corporate drone and making all these big paychecks, and I put a lot of that money away into the stock market and investments, and the stock market has gone up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not poor, I'm not broke, even though technically I am eating away into my savings every single month because just right now, the amount of money I make does not quite cover my basic bills, like the house and all that kind of stuff. But don't worry about me, I'm fine. But yeah, just be thankful about, okay, you have a roof over your head, you have a decent amount of money put away, you're in good health, and, you have good friends, you have a good family. But yeah, I invite everyone to think about what you are thankful for. Yeah, but I understand if that sounds corny, but it's every other year where I've done a Thanksgiving function and we kind of gone around the circle and be like, oh, what's one thing you're thankful for? And I just pick some random thing out of thin air, but I never really meant it, like I said. But over the last couple of years now, one day I'll wake up and it's like, I just don't feel good today. I just don't feel great emotionally. And another day I'll be like, today feels pretty good. When I'm running my business and everything is riding on it, like the livelihood is riding on my every action, it feels like so much more is at stake. When you get a paycheck from companies, like whatever, thankful for every dollar that I make now, even though I make way less of it. I'm so much more thankful for every dollar. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for the body that I do have. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm not the most popular person. People think I'm popular for some reason. I'm not. I don't have like a ton of friends. I have like a small group of, and I have some close friends, and everyone else is acquaintances. I don't have really people that are like in that friend zone that's between like close friends and acquaintances. Like a lot of people. Some people have a lot of friends. I don't. But I don't think that's like a negative. I'm happy with the people that I associate with, and I have a really great group of people that I call my besties and my close friends. I hope all of you have a good Thanksgiving, and normal service will be resumed next week when we enter into the final month of the year. The year is almost over, like WTF. Goodness. All right. Until next time. Bye, y'all.